Black males are often treated like this paper. Balled up and thrown away like trash. Gifted with names unsuitable, such as menace to society, animals, monsters, or people that should be in prison for the rest of their lives. Birthed in impoverished neighborhoods, dealing with numerous forms of trauma, overexposed and under-resourced, and society feels as if we should have squeaky clean rap sheets. Upon committing a crime and arrested, we are then adultified and crucified in the court of law. But never once does anybody ask how this individual got like this. Never once does anybody look at why this paper has so many wrinkles on it. These wrinkles on this paper are analogous of the trauma we suffered through. See, my awareness began in 2012. After I got found guilty of assault in the first degree, I was speaking with my GED teacher, and she asked me how much time I had. I told her 20 years. She then said, if I could ask you, what did you do? I said, I shot someone. She then said, what made you shoot somebody? I told her, that's normal where we come from. She said, that's not normal. Normal people don't shoot people. And that stuck with me. It wasn't until 2 years later that I was able to reflect on what she said that it made me think back to the first time where violence became normalized for me. I was 4 or 5 years old. Me and my older brother were playing in the living room. There was a knock at the door, to which my mom answered. A man stepped in the door. My mom ushered us to the room. We kept the room door open to see what was going on. While her and this man were talking, their voices ended up getting louder. Conversation turned into an argument. The man hits my mom, boom. As she scrambled to get up, she begins running towards the door. Me and my brother move out the way. She enters the room. She reaches up in the closet and retrieves her gun. Then she ran out to the front porch. Me and my brother followed. Upon getting to the front porch, she starts letting off. Boom, 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 boom. At the time this occurred, I don't remember being scared. I wasn't crying. I was just wondering what was going on. You know, like why all of this was happening. What did it take my mom to go through for her to have that type of reaction? You see, her story started long before me. My family was largely intact prior to my birth, but that was destroyed by the crack epidemic. This forced my mom and my dad as children to be pushed out and fend for themselves. With the need to provide for themselves, they ended up dealing drugs, and because of that, suffered early incarceration. But it wasn't just them. In fact, I have a huge family in Washington State, over 70 males. And for the ones who are of age, almost every single one of them has been incarcerated. My childhood modeled that same trajectory. Born into gang life, growing up in the Central District, a place known for poverty and violence to this very day. Raised in a single-parent household, sometimes no parent, with both of my parents being incarcerated at any time. A large portion of my life, me and my brothers were raised by drug addicts. And the environment was anything but safe. Taught to respond with violence outside of all the whoopings we received. If somebody in that household hit me, I was taught to hit them back. I couldn't snitch. My only thing was, I never understood why even after we followed those rules, we still got whooped. You see, while other kids were able to go to school and focus, me and my brothers were worried about domestic violence, constant threats and attempts on our life, and police battle rams, which left our household unstable and even our schools unstable. We also suffered from the trauma of losing family and friends early to gun violence, and this left me without hope. I've dealt with stress, depression, thoughts, and attempted suicide multiple times, low self-esteem, lack confidence, you name it. But a more important question was, who was I going to talk to? The state, who would take me away from everybody that loved me and place me inside the system? Or my family, who was currently dealing with the trauma but didn't have the tools to articulate it? You see, what I want you guys to know is it's not just the environment that shapes a child, but the family trauma that shapes that child's reality. This is how intergenerational trauma and incarceration has impacted not only my life, but the lives of so many others, affecting our trajectory in such a way to where we were prone to end up dead or in prison from the very beginning. They say a key indicator of success for a child is whether that child feels safe. And it's a fact that I never felt safe until I went to prison. But I want you to acknowledge that it wasn't prison that saved me. I took ownership and responsibility in my own hands, as did so many of the other individuals sitting in this room with you today. So what do we know? We know that the adolescent brain science is a fact. We also know that the individuals that committed these crimes prior to the adolescent brain science being accepted are not the same individuals they once were when they committed these crimes. So before I leave, I want everybody to listen, pay attention, man, and just follow what I say, all right? Put your hands up. Hold on now. Let me get to the question. Put your hands up if in your childhood you were raised in an impoverished or gang territory. Put your hand up is if a child, you were impacted by incarceration. Put your hand up if at the age of 25 years old, you've done something impulsively that currently you today as a mature adult would not do. I want you guys to take note of all of the hands that have been raised and understand the reason for us supporting and standing behind these bills. The guys inside need another chance. Thank you guys.